Okay, Neil O'Brien again. And on selling price, I've got an easy way to grow your sales 20%. Now, who wouldn't want that? Now, think about the scenario when you're giving a potential client a price, quoting, giving them a price. Do you give them one price or do you give them options? Now, a lot of people just give one price. And if you're doing that, I have good news for you, okay? I have a way of you getting an extra 20% of sales by giving people options. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples. I've got an example of wine and I have an example of a service business. So here we go. Selling price 4, how to add 20% to your sales by giving pricing options. I have an example here of a wine example. So imagine a wine shop has 10 customers who are going to come into the shop in the next while. I know it's hard to believe, but just imagine just one bottle of wine, okay? One bottle of wine for 10 euros. Then those 10 people are going to buy the 10 euro bottle of wine, and that's it. The sales are 100. Now, what if the wine shop has 3 bottles of wine? Okay, so the initial scenario here was 1 bottle of wine. Now we're going into 3 options. 1 bottle is 10, 1 is 12, and 1 is 14. Now, numerous studies have shown this. So what will happen if 10 customers come into the shop? This is roughly how the numbers will pan out. 2 of them go for the 10 euro one, 2 out of 10 will go for the more expensive one, as we saw on the power curve in one of the earlier videos, and 6 will go for the 12 euro one. Most people go for the middle option. This has been proven over and over again. What does this mean in terms of sales? The sales from those 10 customers is now 120 euros. With the one option, it was 100. Giving 3 options, it goes up to 120 euros, an increase in sales of 20%. Now, how cool is that? So how can you apply this? The next time, I have another example in a moment, but consider if you give a prospect the price of 1,000, let's just say 1,000, that's the most they can give you. If you give somebody 3 prices, let's say 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, they have the option of picking the higher priced option. Like, you've nothing to lose and everything to gain. Now, here's an example from a service business provider. There's a lot of detail on here, but I'll talk you through it. Bronze, silver, gold. So you're in a sales situation. What you want to do, you want to give the prospect 3 options. Bronze is, as outlined here, monthly meeting, 650 euros. The silver is bronze plus there's some additional reports and so on. And then the gold is everything in the silver plus you're getting weekly webinars here as distinct from monthly, 1250. And what you'll find is a lot of people go for the middle option. Now imagine this was you and you only gave a price of 650. That's all that customer could give you. Now you give 3 prices. If they go for 950, that's an extra 300 euros in that sale alone. So pricing options is brilliant. I mean, there's 2 great reasons why you should do it. One, to grow your sales, like I've shown you, an extra 20%, and who doesn't want an extra 20% sales? Now the second thing is, like in the last example, you're putting your price in writing, and it can make it easier to introduce your price to prospects. I know a lot of startups and even existing businesses, when it comes to price, there can be a little bit of a, what do I say, anxiousness or nervousness. And I remember when I started in business myself, when price came to the topic of price, I'd be kind of mumbling under my breath what the price was. So I totally get that. Putting it in writing, you can have it in writing, slide it across the table. If it's on a Zoom call, you can have it on the screen, let the prospect look at it for a few moments, and then you can talk through it. So here's your actions. It's very simple, really. Your action is, if you don't do it already, introduce pricing options, and it may grow your sales by 20%. Now, how cool is that? Okay, thanks for listening.